And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we take on what is really a brand new single mod, single map WAD by the name of HellChapel. I think it's a fun map. It's got some interesting rooms. Nothing too crazy with respect to weaponry. I think we get a plasma rifle towards the end. And the toughest enemy will be, depending on your point of view, I guess Barons or Revenants, but there will be no Archviles, no Cyber Demon, but also no BFG and no Rocket Launcher. So I think it balances quite well. I hope you do enjoy it. I like to check out new WADs and new single map WADs on occasion when they come out. I hope you do enjoy it. The game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell Earth platform. As always, we're playing on the Ultraviolence difficulty setting in order to get 100% in all three of these categories. There are 151 kills to be had. We have 4 secrets to find, 60 items to pick up. Well, let's start right away with the items. There are a couple of health bonuses here, and health and 2 armor bonuses here. Let's pick up the shotgun, take care of our shotgun friend, and then the zombieman. Before heading through the door, let's go ahead and get our first secret. You can see the wall here is not quite right. It's a little bit greener, so go ahead and press it. It becomes a lift. Pick up these 4 armor boni. We can check out the dark room, nice little shadow effect, and then tag the secret here, which is a mega armor and a backpack. So we already have a backpack, so that'll be good to carry the ammo as we go. Inside here, a couple of zombie men, so let's go ahead and take them out in one shot. There are some imps just beyond, but let's take care of the 2 zombie men first. Alright, so just make sure you pick up the ammo as we go. And now that the imps are fairly close, we can probably save some ammo by just picking them off from fairly close range. I guess we can't get too much closer. Hit the switch. That door that you saw up in the air, it now has some stairs, but it also opens up that door straight across from me, releasing 4 imps. Nothing terribly of interest in here. We have a little bit of ammo and a stim pack, but otherwise we continue with map progression. In this room we'll have a Kako, a couple of imps, and a shotgunner. My first target is the shotgunner, of course, at far range, easy to take some damage. Can we get some infighting? It seems that we can. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab some more ammo. And then we can finish off the Kako and the imp. There are some shotgunners and a chain gunner through the door to the left, so we're going to need to be careful here. We'll come back for that stuff in a minute. We don't want to alert the Revenants if possible. It just complicates the area a little bit. Alright, that's pretty good. Now we have a chain gun. Yeah, it looks like we did wake up the Revenants, but that's okay. Just pick up now the ammo and the bonuses, but we're going to go ahead now. We're just going to go ahead and take care of a few enemies there, but we're going to go ahead now and grab the super shotgun. And then we're going to take care of the rest of the enemies, but in particular, we're going to start taking care of the Revenants. Yeah, we do want to take care of them. It's easier with the super shotgun. This is a good hold point for them. They will sometimes come down the stairs, but for the most part, they're reasonably contained. Oop. I guess not fully contained. So let's go ahead and... Oh, that zombie man got liquefied by the Baron. So usually maybe 3 or 4 shots of the super shotgun. Okay, and now we're done with the Baron. Pick up all the ammo here that we did not pick up. And let's head over this way. We'll pick up a little bit of the ammo and some health bonuses and a stim pack. So let's now take care of the Hell Knight, who's waiting for us ever so patiently, or maybe impatiently. Grab the boni, grab the armor, grab the chain gun again, and hit the switch. And that'll allow us to access some areas on the other side. But first we're going to, and that's through that door, but we can access it through the stairway back here. And I choose to go this way because the enemies are facing the other way. So we get a bit of a jump on them by coming this way. And now those enemies are no more. The switch that we pressed where the Hell Knight was opened up this door. This was not accessible to us. I didn't show it to you because we were going the other way first. Now, this door, as you can see, it's not quite right. We'll have to open it from the other side. There's a Revenant in here and a health pack, so why don't we just go ahead and dispose of the Revenant. Pick up a little bit of ammo that's here. And then there's another Revenant around the corner here on the steps. And there's also 2 packages of shotgun shells, which is very welcome. Let's go ahead and pick those up. Switch to the chain gun, though, because the imps are just a little bit easier to take care of swiftly with the chain gun, and then pick up all the bone eye as you go. As you know, I studiously avoid the chainsaw, but feel free to pick it up if that's your gig. That's fine. And now we'll go ahead and grab the red key. Don't forget this door. It's easy to run back to the red door over there and continue with map progression, but we haven't disposed of the enemies, and there's also a secret in this room. So let's go ahead. Chain gun out. There are some gunners and some chain gunners around the corner. And there's a secret right here on this wall. You can see it's a tiny bit different. Not the most obvious secret, but findable. Another backpack. Tag the secret. And a megasphere. Always very nice to have. And we can pick up the ammo around the dinner table now that they no longer need it. Ha ha ha. And now we continue with map progression with the red key. We can go through the red door. Inside will be a Mancubus, but also be flanked by a bunch of Cacos. The Cacos, more than one anyway, will be activated by us coming in and making ourselves available to run around a little. Don't want to run around too much because the Cacos can kind of get you stuck up on those stairs. So the more infighting that the Mancubus does with the Cacos, the better, certainly. And now let's go ahead and dispose of the remaining enemies, some of which may have been infighting with the Mancubus. So there were packs of, or boxes, I guess, of bullets in both of those areas, so go ahead and pick them up. Switch now to the chain gun. Our first, there's going to be some Cacos, some imps across the way, lost souls, but certainly a pain elemental. Our first order of business is the pain elemental. It always is, if possible. Until, of course, the Caco gets in the way. It's a well-placed enemy. Okay, so now the Caco's gone, and now the pain elemental is gone. That's just going to create a lot less headache, and I define the lost souls as being headaches. Let's go ahead and take care, with our chain gun, the imps across the way. There's probably a lost soul around the corner, so just be mindful of that. Switch to the super shotgun. Yeah, there's usually one hanging out there. Now, that's if we fall into the soup. We don't have the yellow key yet, so map progression is this way. That's the exit, by the way. This will descend to a lower area. There'll be a Hell Knight and a bunch of gunners. My goal is to eliminate the gunners, including the chain gunners, with the chain gun. That's my first order of business. And sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. Unfortunately, that was one of the occasions. So now let's take care of the Hell Knight. And then we can get a little bit closer up to the imps, a little more up close and personal. Don't take the teleporter yet. It'll take us back up to the top where we were trying to get the pain elemental first. Through that door, it'll take us right there. We don't need to go back there quite at the moment. So let's go. There is an imp here. That's a secret as well for the computer area map. I'll show you that in a moment. There's a shotgun here somewhere. And yes, that was a pain elemental. So why don't we go ahead, find it, target it, and destroy it. Sound a little like Agent Smith there, I think. Not too bad. And the last lost soul, and now we can take care of the Cacos that are just kind of milling about. Maybe back to the chain gun, because the enemies have a bit of a distance on us. The imps up there. Now back to the super shotgun for the shotgunners. Yes, we can go get that secret now, just by going down the stairs. It'll lower this so we can get to it, so let's just go ahead and take care of it now and tag it. Now, by grabbing the yellow key, which we're not going to do this very second, but we'll pick up a little bit of ammo, that's going to open up the door behind it, or it's a hidden door anyway, hidden area, and there will be some imps and some pinkies, but 3 or 4 revenants, so we want to just save that for a moment. What we're going to do is we're going to circle around the Hell Knight and the imps to get them to infight a little bit, and then we'll just pick off the stragglers. Right? As you can see, they're disagreeing heavily. We're okay with that. And then we can just finish off the Hell Knight. Now let's go ahead. This is a fun little secret. As you can see, that's a cute little guy in there, plus a whole whack of plasma and another backpack and a plasma rifle. So just use your fist or your pistol or whatever you like. Press over here. That'll lower. Same deal here. Yeah, that's a very nice secret to get and a very nice weapon to grab. So we got lots of plasma now. We're not going to use it all, but we're going to use some just to stun the revenants for now, and then we're going to use this as our whole point. Got it? Got it. All right, let's go ahead. All right. And then by using this as the whole point, not always, but often, we can avoid really any fire from the revenants that get too close. Well, that's okay. Maybe I'll let these characters work out their differences. Quite a few enemies do pop out of this area. It's amazing how small this room is and how many enemies are in here. There's not a lot in here to get. There's no real reward. There's a couple of clips, I think, and maybe there's a stim pack. I'm not sure. But that's about it. Yeah, that's all. So now let's go ahead. We already picked up the secret, so we don't have to bother with it. Now listen carefully. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies at the top of this lift, so we are not going that way. But we are going, chain gun now, going to take that teleporter that we didn't take before to take us back to this area to get these enemies to disagree, shall we say? Look how nice that is. The beautiful sound of disagreement. Yeah, I like that. Although, can't get a little complacent there. There is a pain elemental too, so I'm looking to see if I can take care of that pain elemental before it sees me. We don't want any more lost souls than necessary. Maybe the chain gun at this range? Yeah, I think so. Oop. Beat it, lost soul. That should be it, other than lost souls, yeah. I guess when it was infighting with the other enemies, it retaliated with some lost soul birthing or barfing, I guess, depending on your point of view. So now with the yellow key, we can continue through the yellow door. Chain gun is the weapon of choice here because there's a chain gunner waiting for us. So we don't need any of that. And the rest of the enemies, weapon of choice could be your chain gun, could be your shotgun, could be your super shotgun. I don't think the plasma rifle is necessary. Lots of health here if you need it. Also, there's a bunch of health and armor boni. So pick them all up, and now upon collecting all of them, we should have all of the items and the secrets. Let's have a quick peek. We do. So now it's just a matter of finding the rest of the enemies. So we do have some enemies in this room. I use the super shotgun, then the regular shotgun for the imps. I don't want to go any further than this. There's a pain elemental that I want to surprise with my chain gun if I can, because there's also a bunch of gunners, including chain gunners to the right. So why don't we go ahead and find that pain elemental? And to the extent that we can, you heard the teleporter. There will be enemies outside the door, so don't open it, because there are primarily chain gunners that go through that teleporter. Yeah, so you notice the room is mysteriously empty, and we didn't off any of those gunners. So let's go ahead and press the switch. Do not take the teleporter. That'll take us back to the door where we initially wanted to take on the pain elemental. It's right in front of the exit. I prefer to go back through this way and through this door because we'll have a little bit of cover here. We fire off our chain gun, kind of get the jump on them a little bit, and that's how we take care of those enemies. Now it's time for the plasma rifle. We used it a little bit for the revenants, but now we're going to use it for the final enemy, which is a baron. So why don't we dispose of the baron? That should do it. We'll do our final count. Yeah, all 168 kills, the 4 secrets, and all 60 items. You know what that means. I know you do. Yeah, we're done. So that's, of course, not entryway. That's what the map would be if it was still Doom 2. This is HellChapel, a single mod, single map, single WAD creation just recently that we discovered on Doomworld that I thought was an interesting map. Wasn't too hard, wasn't too easy. It had a good variety of weapons and enemies, not too much, not too little. I thought it was well balanced, a pretty good A pretty good gift to the community by the map maker. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. This way you won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.